Hello, this is Chuck Salvo with Avadio, and today I'm going to be talking about document management inside of Microsoft Teams. What happens when you're uploading files into Teams? How are you sharing files? Where do those files exist? How do I get to those files outside of Teams? So, starting with understanding the basic tenet of Teams, Teams is built on a few pieces of Microsoft Office 365, one of them being SharePoint and OneDrive. So, we're going to go through and show you how those products are integrating. So here we have our Microsoft demo tenant. And I'm inside the AC1000 product team. I'm going to go to the production channel. And if I click on the files tab right over here, you're going to see that there's 4 different files in there. Those files right there are actually being stored inside of Microsoft SharePoint. How do we know that? Because we see here the open SharePoint link. By clicking on that, that's going to take me into SharePoint. Same exact files, right? So stepping back a little bit further, if you look at how your channels are set up, we have general, corporate communication, lean process, production, research and development, and then going back into SharePoint, and then going to the documents, you'll see that same structure is in place. Right? So if we do that side by side, general, corporate communication, lean process, so on and so forth. So the idea behind it is that when you spin up a team, in the background, Microsoft spins up a team site inside of SharePoint, therefore giving you a place to store those files. So you'll see it again here, there's the file, but what if I click on files over here? What do I get with that? This now you'll see there's different views. There's the files that are in your teams that you have access to. So this is actually going across the Microsoft Graph API, making a query and getting all the files that are available to you as a user. You'll see the different locations that it's coming up. I can also go into my cloud storage, my OneDrive. Right? So again, that unified file management experience of SharePoint OneDrive. So OneDrive is available to me here. So just again, making it easier for you to access those files. But let's go back to Teams. Let's go back to this production channel. And now, question, what happens if I bring in a file into a conversation? Where does that go? I'm going to click on the paperclip. You see I get a couple options here. I can do recent, browse teams and channels, OneDrive, but let's just bring up something from my computer. So we'll go put in this document right over here. We're going to hit open. It's going to upload the document. I'm going to hit enter. It's now going to post that document. So again, going back to files, there it is. So posting a file inside the conversation is really just a quick way of putting it into the files area, which is really SharePoint. What about if I'm talking to someone and I want to share a file? What happens then? Over here, I'm talking to Megan and I'm going to send her a file. You'll notice the difference here. SharePoint isn't available as an option. Right? Before I could upload from Teams and SharePoint, here I can only upload from OneDrive on my computer, and you'll understand why in a sec. So we'll take another document, we'll put that up there. Megan's going to receive that. You'll see over here I get a notification that I've shared that document. Matter of fact, if I go over to Megan over here, you'll see in the chat window, right, Alan has shared this. And if I click over here in Files, there's the file. Now the difference here is that what's actually happening is that that file went up into my OneDrive. So now that sharing happens from your OneDrive when you're talking to an individual. So the conversations, one-on-one, files go into OneDrive. Conversations and channels, the files go into SharePoint. So I hope that helps you get a better understanding of how Microsoft is handling document management inside of SharePoint. Have a question about Teams? Give me a shout. csalvo@avadiotech.com.